it's Rhiannon. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. I'm excited to hang for the next 30 minutes or so. I'm sure you clicked on this video expecting a video about collaging, which it will be that. But it's also a display of the highs and lows of my creativity. I'm so dramatic. It's January 29th, I would say, in terms of like energy and spirit and my creativity. I started the year off really strong. So many years in the past I wanted to make a vision board and I never get around to it. Like February comes around, March comes around, still no vision board, so I just let the idea go. But this year I did not make 1 or 2 vision boards, I made 3 vision boards. I made a custom wallpaper for my phone, and then 2 laptop wallpapers, one for January and one for February. And like this really just happened just so organically, I guess you could say. Like I would come home from work like hella late at night, like 10 or 11 p.m. and I'm just up for 3 hours on fucking Canva making collages of my life. But like, I don't know, it has put me in a good headspace for the new year and all that. But at the same time, I am still a woman who has a cycle, and yeah, now I am I'm just not even in as much of the mood to like be inspired or creative, which is why I'm just kind of just throwing this video at y'all. Like, this is what I got for today. I honestly, oh my god, I think I just be doing the most. It's probably my sun square Jupiter or whatever. But I was gonna do a different video for the month of January because I have like a small goal to do, or maybe it's a big goal to do at least 1 video a month. I was originally gonna react to like old outfit pictures and try to recreate them, but then once I noticed how into collaging I was or am or whatever, I was like, no, I should talk about this because it's perfect for the new year and da 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 da. And now it's almost February and I'm like, fuck, I only have like half a video. All right, what I mean to say is like, obviously you are getting like a full video, but it's just like, it's just not edited up or edited down or whatever as much as I'd like it for to be. So yeah, I'm just throwing at y'all what I have. The last like 24 minutes of this video is just gonna be me doing like a fucking voiceover power presentation of like breaking down every component of my damn phone wallpaper, and that's all I got for this video. But I guess I'll go over my desktops really quick. So yeah, I created 2, the January version and the February version. I mean, they're pretty much the same format. Like the left, I just have left space for like all my desktop folders just to keep myself organized as much as I can, and then I have my January and February goals just to keep myself on track, and then also January and February astrology, because that's like another goal of mine, is to just incorporate astrology more and more into my day-to-day life. And then yeah, I mean, I don't really have to explain like how to collage. It's obviously just images that like inspire me or keep me motivated in some way, or just like, you know, nice photos, nice memories, like especially with friends or whatever. On the Valentine's Day one I don't know if I'm gonna keep the yellow swirl, by the way, in the bottom right corner. I know that's kind of a lot, but I do appreciate that I included a Valentine from E40 that he obviously sent me personally. And then yeah, I also have the color wheel just because I always have my laptop by me when I do my makeup, so it's nice to like have the color wheel to reference, or even like for these collages or whatever the fuck else I make on Canva in the future. But yeah, I mean, I did this on my last channel and I want to bring it back this year where I recap all of my looks monthly. So yeah, I've been doing that on Canva as well and kind of having like a cheesy fun time with all of that. But yeah, that's where I am, at least currently. It's just crazy because, or it's interesting to like have a whole ass video about these collages that are supposed to like keep me inspired and like happy or whatever, but I'm still susceptible to like hormones and shit, and I just want to upload this video and smoke. So yeah, I'm gonna just segue into my little voiceover presentation. Please just pretend that it is my literal inner child doing a presentation and be fucking nice to her. Thank you. Goodbye.
Of course, I had to start my phone's wallpaper with a baby picture of myself. I mean, I was like 6 or 7 here, so not exactly a baby anymore, but I do have a little baby puppy in my arms because my family and I took care of this pit bull for like a year or so. I'm actually very lucky to have so many baby pictures and like childhood pictures. I have like boxes and boxes of them. So it's been a goal of mine to start having them on display more in my day to day life just because life as an adult is so fucking tiring. And I think we can all use the reminder that we were all once children. So, yeah, these cuties are gonna keep me grounded yet free spirited. And I'm also like low key manifesting a pet. I'm not like hella calling in a pet because I don't like live in the right comfortable circumstances for a pet, but it is something I want in the future, so I'm like low key manifesting it. And also, of course, my red pants match the whole red aesthetic, of course. To know me is to know that SZA is my girl. This is one of my fave parasocial relationships. Her music has made such an impact on my life by carrying me throughout my 20s and now into my motherfucking 30s. Although we are technically strangers, I'm so grateful for SZA's artistry and to witness her being through my phone screen and a few concerts. I admit I lean into like the obsession of stan culture because it's fun and it kind of adds some like much needed escape from being a normal ass person. But yeah, I follow a few stan accounts on Instagram and therefore I can easily find a SZA picture for any collage, no matter the aesthetic or theme or whatever. I think this particular picture is from about a year ago. I screenshotted it because I wanted to recreate it at some point. I just think SZA looks so cute hiding behind the rose while smoking a joint. And I like it for this wallpaper because the rose adds to the red and the yellow looks nice too. And the border is a frame from Canva where I can just pop in whatever photo I want. Here are two pictures from this past New Year's Eve with my boyfriend. I'm censoring his face in this video for privacy reasons, obviously, but I mean, obviously, it's uncensored on my actual phone. I had a really sweet New Year's with him, and although it was just a few weeks ago, I'm already looking back on it fondly. I made this wallpaper with the new year in mind, so of course I had to include this sweet memory, and I also like how my hair adds yet another pop of red. And yeah, once again, I used a frame from Canva for this like vintage nostalgic feel. Document the moments you most feel like yourself and refer to them often. I've been vlogging on and off throughout my adulthood, so this quote speaks to me in a specific way. It reminds me why I love to capture the fleeting moments of my life, happy or sad. I feel like as I'm growing and evolving throughout this lifetime, all the pictures and videos I take along the way are like souvenirs from my past precious selves. This is the Three of Swords from the classic Rider Waite tarot deck. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that name right. I bought my first tarot deck about 2.5 years ago. I strategically went with a very much simplified tarot deck from Biddy Tarot, which helped me get familiar with the basics of tarot. As my personal tarot practice continues, I want to familiarize myself with the Rider Waite deck because it's so universal and the imagery of each card just communicates more than like my little simple ass tarot deck, which I love, but you know, I just want to learn more. I just want to continue learning. Anyway, the 3 of Swords deals with sadness, grieving, and understanding that these heavy feelings are a natural part of life. I knew my phone wallpaper would have a lot of like happy, inspiring components, so I wanted to hold a little space for my sad days. I hope to one day share more about my personal mental health journey with you guys, but at this point, I'll just say I've learned to see the beauty in my wide range of emotions as a bipolar biatch and how each feeling serves me in both the day to day and the big picture of my life. And yeah. This is Anya Tisdale. She is one of my favorite new follows on Instagram. I love her makeup looks. I love like her color combinations and the composition of her makeup, like just how it moves, if that makes sense. Not like her face, but like the flow of the makeup or whatever. I think she started making YouTube videos recently, and I know at least one of them is a Get Ready With Me, and I really need to check it out just because this kind of like artistry is what I wish to emulate in my own day-to-day looks. Like, as much as I love and like feel comfortable with how I do my makeup, I don't know, I think I've just been kind of lost in the past few years. And I feel like Anya and her looks just like point me, it just like resonates with me in a way where it's like, oh, wait, this is like what I would want my makeup to look like. Because, yeah, I've just had so many phases over the years, which could be its own video or whatever one day. But yeah, I just wanted to include this look of hers on my wallpaper just to keep me inspired. So thank you, Anya, if you ever watch this. I wanted to include a scenic picture that I took myself. I imagine if I'm still collaging by the summertime, I'll have like a lot of beachy pics on my phone wallpaper. But even in the wintertime, it's nice to just have at least one ocean or beachy picture just because I do love the beach. It would be nice to make an effort to go more, even at this time of year. But anyway, I also kind of included it as like a subtle reference to astrology, and more specifically my big three, with the sun being my Leo sun, the ocean being my little Pisces moon, and then the sky and the clouds being my Gemini rising. Because, yeah, in the final draft, I did end up including the little characters of my big three. Of course, I had to include some precious friendship photos on my wallpaper just because, I have people in my life that I love a lot, but I don't get to see every day. So at least I can see them on my phone. So yeah, this is my friend AJ. She's one of the few folks on this wallpaper that are uncensored because I have featured her in previous videos with her consent. So yeah, this is AJ. We took this on Valentine's Day, and it's nice to include it on this wallpaper because Valentine's Day is coming up, and I'm just like looking forward to Valentine's in general. But I know me and her are gonna do yet another Valentine's date. And also, once again, this picture has a lot of pops of red, which just goes nicely with the whole ass wallpaper. Here is a selfie from last year that I had to include on this wallpaper because of my blushy ass red cheeks. And also I like the greenery in the background because it like contrasts nicely with the color red. I chose this internet browser type frame from Canva as a subtle little like manifestation for my little like internet presence here on this little cute little channel or whatever. With my third draft, I wanted to include a word or some kind of typography. And since this is a vision board, I tried to think of like aspirational words that I would benefit from seeing every day. And I had to Google it. I pulled up this whole ass list of words, and none of them honestly spoke to me. Or like they do speak to me, but I just can't shake how corny it feels for me personally to like have these kind of words all over my phone. So instead, I went with FYPM, which stands for fuck you, pay me. It just felt more me to go with something more humorous that would still motivate me in some way. Brown eyes, thick thighs, positive vibes. Again, I just wanted to have some like motivational memes on my phone. I already have brown eyes, but I am always manifesting. I am always manifesting thicker thighs and more happy vibes. I love hip hop, and I also love some good experimental shit. And JPEG Mafia is at the intersection of both. Peggy is widely respected as one of the greats in underground slash experimental hip hop, especially for the fact that he makes his own beats. And it all started with, well, it didn't all start with Veteran, but that was like, or this is his like breakthrough album. And it's one of my favorites, so I had to include it on here. And it's also a reminder or a source of inspiration for me to approach all of my creations with an experimental mindset, including YouTube. I mean, I don't know how experimental it is for me to be doing a voiceover on top of my wallpaper, but I guess just in terms of like other ideas I have for the future. And then up top, we have a little bit of a brat representation. At first, I started with the heart shaped brat sticker, but then there was just like a lot of hearts on my wallpaper, so I ended up going with this like star shape in the final draft. But yeah, as a 30-year-old woman of today, of course, I also find Brat inspirational. I love that this was Charlie's breakthrough album because it was the one project where she just really did her own thing. And I also just appreciate how she was able to capture such a range of feelings and experiences, especially again, experiences universal for a lot of today's women in our 30s. But yeah, it's like such raw honesty against like such crazy pop music. It truly took over the year of 2024, and it will always serve as a portal back to that time. And even just the marketing by itself was so spectacular. Just like how they were able to claim neon green of all colors as the signature color of Brat. And also this, what is it, like Arial font or whatever. But yeah, this shade of green serves as another cute little contrast with all of the red on my wallpaper. I was lucky enough to attend the Sweat Tour back in October, and my fave thing about attending events is dressing up, of course. These brat nails were iconic, and I aspire to always have long ass nails like this. Currently, it's just easier for me to have shorter nails in my day to day life. But yeah, I really love this picture that I took. I was obviously smoking and probably already a little high, and then one of my nails like was in the frame. So yeah, I just love this shot. Last year, I hopped on the Sunny Angel bandwagon, and I have no shame about it. It truly does give me such a serotonin boost to open a mystery box and or surprise box, whatever you call them. And now I have like eight with one more on the way. The Sunny Angel that I included in the wallpaper is the Valentine's Day series that I just ordered, and literally it was my first time ordering like a new series on the day of the drop, and I had to keep this window open for literally like 2 hours. I'm surprised I was even able to order it. But yeah, who knows? Maybe I will manifest getting my first Sunny Angel bunny. Sunny Angels and other toys have definitely been reactivating my inner child, and so do pandas because they've been my favorite animal since I was a kid. It's very like sweet and nostalgic for me because I received a like stuffed animal panda when I was 6, and I still have her to this day. So yeah, seeing pandas just like gets me in touch with my inner child a little bit. Here is another censored photo, but this time it's of a mural in like one of the neighborhoods that I frequent in San Francisco. I live in the suburbs right outside of San Francisco. So, yeah, because I am in this area so much, I just thought it was best to keep it private. But obviously, on my actual phone, it's not private, and I wish I could share it with you guys because it is a really beautiful mural. But I think as much as it is blurred, you can see that it's like nice and vibrant and colorful. And here is another censored photo just because I don't want to be like posting people until I have their consent. Hopefully, me even posting this much of my friends is okay, but yeah, this is just me and my friend at a Giants game last summer. It was a really nice time. Me and this friend, we've been long distance friends for like pretty much a decade. So it's always just really nice when we do get to spend time with each other. And I'll just also mention that my shoulder looks messed up. Like, not my shoulder, but like my hoodie, like the way that it's folded. So that's why I'm so like hidden behind the scissor photo, which is fine. But yeah, I wish I would have had it sticking out more, but I just didn't like all those folds, being visible on my phone screen. This is a dessert that I shared with my grandma recently, and I also had it back in Japan quite a bit, like back in 2019 before it became more popular last year. But this is Tong Hulu. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it right. It is fruit that is crystallized with like a hard sugar outer shell, and it's really sweet. And well, obviously it's really sweet, but it's also really good. I love how like the fruit is like soft, and then yeah, obviously contrasted by like the hard shell on the outside. Oh my gosh, maybe I should make food content because truly I love food. But anyway, to be honest, this Tong Hulu like wasn't as good as the Tong Hulu I had back in Japan, but it was still really enjoyable. And I just think it looks so pretty. And even though on the scale of my phone screen, you can't really tell what it is, but it still just looks so cute. And it's just a sweet memory because I did share it with my grandma. She was really interested in trying it. Oh, and I did end up moving it from the side up to the top. I replaced the original position of the Tong Hulu with this cherry blossom tree. I just liked having something light pink because it kind of goes with all of the red, and I just like how it looks behind my little baby picture. Oh, my childhood picture. I was like 7 in that picture, so it feels weird calling myself a baby. But anyway, um, yeah, I wanted to include a cherry blossom tree. This is from again when I went to Japan 5 or 6 years ago. And I guess at this point, I'll admit that as much as I love this phone wallpaper, I also know it's not like completely perfect. And I think that like, well, most forms of art, but especially with collaging, it's just something that you can like always just continuously work on and always tweak or whatever. And I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I was just moving so fast or like putting together the wallpaper so fast that even though I had an idea to like include a cherry blossom tree, this isn't necessarily like the best picture I could have chosen, but I guess I just found it quickly enough and it just kind of worked. And now I'm just like attached with how this wallpaper is. So yeah, that and along with a few other things like aren't perfect, but I still just like want to keep it as it is for I don't know, the next couple weeks or so. At this point, I guess I just liked the composition that was coming together, like how things were more packed at like the bottom right corner, and then as you went up and to the left, things were more spacious or whatever. So yeah, I saw that composition forming or whatever. So I wanted to like pack that little space with more pictures, and also I wanted to include a picture of my grandma. It's my grandma, she's an important person in my life. And obviously, once again, censoring this photo just for privacy and respect. But I mean, obviously, I'm not censored. So I guess I'll just share my feelings or like experience with this picture. Like, of course, yeah, I needed like grandma representation on my wallpaper, and I just ended up choosing this picture maybe because it looked nice, the nicest or whatever, but then also it's kind of, this was kind of like a sad time, so I guess it's like, even though it's a sweet picture, you know, like the sky's pretty, and me and my grandma are like smiling or whatever, it's interesting because only I can like see the feelings or like the memories associated with this picture. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just always like holding space for difficult times and heavy feelings. I don't know. I might be the only person I know who does it to this extent and fucking acknowledges it this much. And now here's a picture of my grandpa. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. He passed when I was 6 years old, and yeah, I'm not censoring this picture, but I'm also not like hella zooming in on it. I don't know. That's just what feels right, I guess. But yeah, uh, he's always with me. And now here's definitely a happy time. This is from my 30th birthday. I guess it's like a little photo shoot that I thought of for myself. And shout out to my friend AJ for helping me take these photos. But yeah, I mean, as much as I love this picture and this memory, I guess I'll just circle back to saying that this collage like isn't perfect. Like I think I would change this component whenever I give myself the chance to. Like it's fine, and I do love this wallpaper, but I think it's just like maybe a weird shape, I guess. I'm not sure. I think I originally just wanted to have like the balloons by itself, but yeah, I just ended up settling in a way for this shape. I mean, honestly, it's a fucking collage. At the end of the day, it looks fine. But just being honest, that like I would definitely change this at some point, but I do love the memory. And now here's another birthday selfie, but this time from my 29th birthday. I honestly was very strategic in not bringing up this picture. Not bringing up this picture right after talking about my grandparents. But anyway, um, I mean, again, like, I love the memory and like the idea, but like my you can't really see my intention, which was to have the Leo ring showing more. But I'm also just fine with my middle finger being more of the focus. Yeah, I guess I just wanted more Leo representation on my wallpaper, but it's okay because I once again have my big three at the top of the wallpaper, which includes my cute little Leo sun.